Hello friends, welcome back to my channel for another math class today. So today's video will not be about shapes, but I will be going back to the basics of algebra. And today's lesson will be about variables. The reason I'm doing variables this time is just because there's a little bit too much content to cover in shapes that I haven't covered already. I decided to just go back to the basics. So last video about my triangles, I actually did talk a little bit about variables, and I thought it would maybe be a little bit helpful to go over what they are. So if you guys have any questions about the stuff I teach in today's video, then make sure to leave it down in the comments below, or just like message me on one of my social platforms. So yeah, without further ado, let's get on with the video. Let's go. So in this lesson, you guys will learn what a variable is. So what are variables? A variable is a letter that is used to represent one or more numbers. The numbers are the values of the variables. I will go more into detail about that because I know that does sound a little bit confusing, but I will explain it. So then variable expressions are a collection of numbers, variables, and operations. I will also go over that a little bit more, and I'll give you guys some examples. So here we have some examples. So this means 3y, and it means 3 times y, so it's multiplication. In this case, y is the variable. So in the second example, we have 16 divided by x. This is a divided sign. It's like a slant slash, if you will. Yeah, and this means 16 divided by x, which is division. In this case, x is the variable here. Next up, we have 4 plus s, and in this case, s is the variable, and this means 4 plus s, which is addition. And finally, we have subtraction, and it's 9 minus k. In this case, k is the value. So here are just some steps to evaluate, help, and solve like a variable expression. So for an example, when we have 4x, and then in this case, x equals 5. So I'm giving you guys a value. So in this example, we have 4x when x equals 5, because x is the variable, and x has a value. In this case, it does. You guys will need to find the variables later. Maybe I'll teach you guys how to do that, of course, in a later lesson, not in this lesson. But the first step to find what x, or like what the value of 4x is when x equals 5, is write the variable equation. So you just write 4x, and then you substitute values into the variables. So in this case, you can substitute 5 into x. So that just becomes 4 times 5. Because the original was 4 times x, but x equals 5, so it's 4 times 5. If you guys need more explanation, I'll explain it down in the comments. Just ask. And then the last step is just simplify the numbers or carry out the operation that's needed. In this case, multiplication. So you can just do 4 times 5, and if you know basic multiplication, 4 times 5 is equal to 20. So therefore, 4x is equal to 20. Up here, we'll give you guys some examples. So here in the first little quadrant, we have addition, which is going to be red. I color coded them. So red will be addition, green will be subtraction, blue will be multiplication, and division will be purple. Yeah, so addition. So here I gave you guys 4 plus s, and then the s value is going to be 8. So here you just have 4 plus s. You can substitute 8 into s, because s is equal to 8. And then if you guys can just do like the simple math, 4 plus 8 is equal to 12. So therefore, 4 plus s is equal to 12. So next up, we have the subtraction quadrant. So this is 9 minus k when k equals to 2. Meaning the k value of 9 minus k is equal to 2. So just write it out, 9 minus k, and then substitute 2 into k, so it's 9 minus 2. And then finally, do the subtraction, you get 9 minus 2 is equal to 7. So therefore, 9 minus k is equal to 7. Now, going down here to multiplication. Okay, so we have 3y when y equals 7. So just write it out, 3 times y. This little asterisk is actually like a times sign. People don't usually use x when they're multiplying, just because x can be like confused with a variable. So like 3 times y. This does kind of look like a x, and that could be something totally different. So people tend to generally just use like a dot, like this. But because my computer doesn't have a dot, I just use an asterisk, and people will always know what you're talking about. With that being said, 3 times y, and then when y is equal to 7, just substitute 7 into y, and then 3 times 7 is 21. Therefore, 3y is equal to 21, because 7 times 3 is 21. And then finally, we have division before we go on to the quiz. So we have 16 divided by x when x is equal to 4. So just write it out, and then you can write 16 divided by 4 because you can substitute 4 into the x value. So then 16 divided by 4 is just 4, because 4 times 4 is 16. So that's pretty convenient. So therefore, 16 divided by x is equal to 4. On the computer, not that I know of, there's a key that has like a division sign. I don't think that's like a thing unless you go to like a special math website. You can write it on paper like 16 divided by 4 is equal to 4. However, many people on paper also do like 16 divided by 4 is equal to 4. However, on a keyboard, many times it'll just be like 16/4 is equal to 4, because there's no little line right here and there's no division sign. So yeah, I hope that kind of made a little bit of sense to y'all. And if it didn't, just once again let me know down below. Now we will be moving on to the quiz. Let's go. So now we have in the quiz, what is the value of 9x when x is equal to 3? If you guys kind of understood what I said about like the multiplication thing, you guys will probably be able to get this. I did color code all the questions, so there's going to be one addition question, one subtraction question, one multiplication question, which is this one, and then one division question. So 4 questions in total. So 5 seconds starting now, and you guys can always just pause if you guys need more time. Done. So I will just like kind of walk you guys through this one. So first, because 9x, you can just substitute 3 into x, so it'll kind of just become 9 times 3. And if you guys do the math, then 9 times 3 is 27. So therefore, 9x is equal to 27. So I hope that made sense. Hopefully you got that right. So moving on to the second question, we have an addition question. So this question is, what is the value of 2 plus w when w is equal to 6? So I'll give you guys another 5 seconds to try and figure this question out. Done. So the answer to this one, if you guys were paying attention or understood my addition explanation, all you have to do is just 2 plus w, substitute 6 into w, so it will become 2 plus 6, and if you guys do the addition, 2 plus 6 is equal to 8. Therefore, 2 plus w is equal to 8. Hopefully you guys got that. Moving on to the third question, this is a subtraction question. So the question is, what is the value of 11 minus y when y is equal to 4? Another 5 seconds. Done. So for this one, I'll just walk you guys through it again. 11 minus y, and then just substitute 4 into y. So you get 11 minus 4. And then from there, if you guys do the subtraction, you guys will get 7. So 11 minus y is equal to 7. And then finally, for the last question, you guys probably saw it. What is the value of 25 divided by p when p is equal to 5? So another 5 seconds. Done. So this one may be a little bit harder, maybe. So for this one, 25 divided by p, just substitute 5 into p. Then you have 25 divided by 5. And if you guys do the math, it comes out to a very nice number, which is just 5. So therefore, 25 divided by p is equal to 5, which is really nice. So that was the end of the quiz. Let me know how you guys did down below in the comments. Hopefully you guys got, everything right, 100%, 4 out of 4. If you didn't, I mean, that's okay, because not everyone knows about variables, and I do understand it is a little bit confusing to explain and understand at first. So maybe just keep rewatching the video and you guys will hopefully get it. If you guys don't, just tell me and I will try and explain it. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you guys did like it, then make sure to give it a like, subscribe down below, and turn on notifications so that way whenever I upload, you guys will be updated. Make sure to go follow my Insta and my Twitter to be updated whenever I post. I try and update you guys on there as much as I can. Thank you guys a lot for watching today's video, and I will see you guys next week with a brand new video. Bye!